Welcome back to Ode to Ghosts. We're your hosts, Will.
And Audrey.
We got another cryptid.
Yes, we do. Today is Mothman.
Which apparently is more interesting than you thought.
Yeah, well, I didn't know that much about Mothman beforehand anyway, so whenever I started researching, I realized there's a lot more to it than I thought.
What state does the man come from?
So the Mothman is known to West Virginia mostly, but I will get into the details of that in a minute. But yeah, so basically, what is the Mothman? It's a large humanoid creature with massive wings and glowing red eyes, believed to stand between 5 to 7 feet tall, with a 10-foot wingspan. It has a moth-like appearance in its face and upper body, with seemingly human-like legs. It is said to be linked to disastrous events, sparking fear in communities when seen. It is often seen flying aggressively, usually circling buildings or people, before flying up and disappearing into a dark sky. Witnesses say that a feeling of doom or dread comes over them when they see the Mothman.
You got a picture?
Huh?
You got a picture?
Of course I have a picture. Do you know what the Mothman looks like?
I mean, yeah, but others may not.
I'm just asking you.
And I answered. And I said, yeah. Oh.
Yep.
That's not the kind of depiction I usually
This
see.
is what the Mothman is.
That's a lot worse than what I have.
Yeah, no, that's
seen.
the accurate. What the Mothman is.
It's a little Ryuki.
A little bit.
Yeah,
Maybe that's why I liked Ryuk so much.
maybe.
Because I've always kind of had a little bit of a fascination about Mothman.
I feel like we drop a lot of unknown names and stuff, like
People
references
who get
on
it will
here.
get it.
Okay.
This is a ghosts podcast, not an anime podcast. So
Well, yeah, that's why.
I'm
That's
not
why I
going
know
to go
that
into
people
detail about
know.
it every time. Anyways, so the first recorded sighting of the Mothman was actually in Illinois in 1957. However, the Mothman sparked the most conversation in West Virginia after a series of sightings leading up to the Silver Bridge collapse in 1967.
The Silver Bridge collapse.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more.
I will. So the sighting in Illinois, is kind of like not irrelevant, but just kind of not really talked about because it was like just a one-time sighting. Nothing really happened, but it was the first recorded sighting of like the creature.
Okay.
But Mothman really didn't become relevant at all until the West Virginia incident. So that's why it's known to West Virginia. So the Silver Bridge was built in 1928. It connected Point Pleasant, West Virginia to Gallipolis, Ohio. I don't know.
Gallipolis?
Gallipolis?
Huh.
No.
How's it spelled?
Gallipolis. Gallipolis.
Gallipolis, I'm pretty sure is what it's
That city,
called.
yeah. Ohio. On December 15th, 1967, the bridge collapsed during rush hour, resulting in 46 deaths and 2 missing people that were never found. It took 3 years to determine the actual cause of failure for the collapse. It was a singular eye bar in one of the suspension chains that failed, which was triggered by a flaw of just a 1/10 inch, ultimately leading to a fracture.
That is crazy to think about how
Mhm.
little one person
Yeah.
has to mess up.
Yeah, very unsettling. Every time I go over a bridge, I always think about that a little bit.
1/10 of an inch.
Yeah.
Measure twice, cut once. Or in my case, measure 5 times, cut twice.
What was interesting about this, though, is that there were 16 Mothman sightings between November 12th and December 11th of that year, 1966. 13 of these sightings were in West Virginia, either in or near Point Pleasant. The rest were in Ohio, near or in Gallipolis.
Gallipolis.
Most of these sightings were of the creature aggressively following cars on the road.
Get off my ass, Mothman.
So, yeah, that's I don't know, whenever I was reading, there's a big chart of like all of the sightings in like different places, and I was like, wow, that's a lot of West Virginia. I was like, I wonder why that's all in West Virginia. That's why. So that's kind of crazy. And that's what ultimately started the like theory that the Mothman is kind of a omen of like disastrous events.
Just because of how many times he was seen before.
Yeah, because it was
Mm.
all like there was that one sighting in 1957, and then no reports of it at all for like 9 years, and then all of a sudden he's seen 16 times within a month before this event happened.
Where do you even like report these sightings to? Like, do people literally just call 911 and be like, "I see a big
Yeah.
moth flying behind me"?
Yeah. I would assume if someone sees a giant scary creature in the sky, then yeah, they're probably calling authorities and being like,
What the police gonna do?
what is this thing?
Nothing.
I mean, either way. So that was the first big event that happened. The next one that was very widely connected was the Chernobyl disaster of
What?
current day Ukraine. So, in 1986, one of the worst nuclear accidents in history, nuclear plant explosion in Ukraine. In the days leading up to the plant's explosion, workers reported a large, dark-winged humanoid creature circling the plant. It was nicknamed the Blackbird of Chernobyl. Following the disaster, many people around the world connected the two events, realizing the similarities.
How did I not know this?
I didn't either. But yeah.
I mean, I guess that wouldn't be taught in history class.
Yeah, probably not. But yeah, so that's another crazy one. And like what's really just strange about it that like makes me not necessarily think that it's just people trying to like fearmonger is the fact that like these things were reported like before these events even happened. Like it wasn't like
Right.
they knew like afterwards and they were like, "Oh yeah, I think I remember seeing this," because all of the accounts were like recorded before the events. But yeah. Next one was, well, not in chronological order, but the next one I'm going to say happened in 2011. The Fukushima tsunami in Japan of 2011 that killed over 18,000 people. There were a few Mothman sightings just before this as well in Japan. A couple of friends had gone down near the beach and stumbled upon a meteorological device box that was connected to a nuclear plant close by. Just then, they heard a loud whoosh and ear-splitting screech multiple times looked up to see the creature circling the nearby plant. There were other witnesses in the area that also saw the creature. This plant, along with 2 others, were destroyed just a month later in the tsunami.
Oh my god. Is there anything like fairly recent? I mean, I guess in the grand scheme of things, 2011 isn't that old, but
So there have been like other sightings up until like last year, but I don't think there's been any other like super recent like tragic events that have happened that they've like been able to connect to it. The sightings have definitely fizzled out a lot. They're definitely not as prevalent anymore.
with everything that's happening, like I feel like Mothman would have to be everywhere.
Yeah, but yeah, like reported sightings, it's like more like once a year maybe. It's not really like a chain of events anymore, at least like publicly. Another one that I saw, this one is like more unconfirmed. I mean, I guess all of these are technically unconfirmed, but like the 2009 swine flu outbreak in Mexico, there were also a few Mothman sightings shortly before that throughout Mexico. I read about that one.
Just a demon of death.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. As for like what the Mothman does, he doesn't really do anything like to people. Like he doesn't attack people, but a lot of the times like what I've noticed in these stories is that the nature of what he does definitely relates and hints a lot to what is going to happen. So, like, with the bridge collapse that happened during rush hour, most of the sightings before that, he was seen chasing cars down the road, swooping down by the road, and, um, with the Ukraine power plant explosion, he was circling the plant for days. The tsunami, he was seen by people who were at the meteorological like weather box by the beach near the plant that exploded. Like it's all like connected to what actually
Yeah.
happens. So basically, like if you see the Mothman, just
I guess
be
the
aware.
question is like, is he what makes it happen, or is he actually a warning?
So that's what I was like trying to figure out is like, because I mean, nobody really knows, and there's like a lot of theories. My interpretation, I'm thinking he's more of a warning or more of like a, I guess, symbol rather than a like cause.
Because the danger is the light that the moth is attracted to.
Yeah, good analogy.
That was kind of stupid, but
But interestingly, though, the Mothman comes from the dark sky, though. So, like,
wait, what? Just
so
like at night.
no, not just at night, but witnesses like they say that when he flies away, he flies up into the sky and he kind of just like disappears into like a darkness. Like it's not like he like goes into the clouds, but it just kind of like he kind of forms himself into the darkness, like into a dark cloud or a dark sky. Like he kind of just disappears.
Mm.
Um, but I didn't really read anything about people seeing like where he comes from. It's kind of more just like,
He kind of comes out of nowhere.
yeah.
And hmm.
Um, but another reason why I think that is also because everyone says that when they see him, they have like a feeling of doom, like a feeling of dread, like something bad is going to happen, almost as if that's the point.
Yeah.
So that's what I think. But the other theories, um, some suggest that it's an extraterrestrial being. I don't really believe that one just because like some people think that because there have been times where people have said they saw a UFO and then also saw the Mothman shortly after. But I feel like that one could be very much coincidence because I feel like a lot of people also can see like something totally normal in the sky and think it's a UFO.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that one really makes sense, but that is like kind of a big theory. The next one is of course like being a harbinger of doom. Others have suggested that Mothman is a manifestation of a collective human unconscious, which I don't even know how that would. It's kind of like that's kind of like another
It's
anime
just
reference, but
it's
it's like
just
what we're
something
watching
that
right now.
it's just something that like everybody. I feel like it sounds like to me something that just like everybody mutually like agrees exists, and then people are convinced that they see it.
Yeah, that's another one too that people have said that it's kind of one of those things
Well, no, that's what I'm
where,
saying about what you just said.
but that also leads into like another theory where people have said that nobody's actually seeing anything at all. And it's kind of like, I don't know, it just doesn't really make sense with the way that it like leads up to events, but in a way where it's like communities that are already under stress kind of resort to creating these outer ideas of
Mm-hmm.
what happens. I think that's the best way I can describe it.
Yeah, because you hear somebody in your community say, "Oh, I saw this," and now you think it's
Mm-hmm.
a possibility,
Right.
and now you're letting.
Especially when the Mothman is already widely known as like a symbol of death or symbol of tragedy. So if one person says, "Oh, I think I see this," then everyone else is like, "Oh my gosh, something's going to happen. I saw it too." It's kind of like a fear in the community kind of thing, but
Are there any
who
theories
knows?
as to how he was created?
Not really. I mean, There's some people who say that he is inspired by, like Native American culture and certain symbols in that. I think, I can't remember the name of it. There was something like, there's a part of Native American folklore, I think it's called like the Winged Man or something, and it's a similar story. And so people might think that the origin of Mothman comes from that, but that's also like unconfirmed. Um,
Well, does the moth like resemble anything in like Native American culture?
Let me look it up.
Because I feel like that would make things make a lot more sense if there is.
Let me see if there's any connection. In Native American culture, moths are often associated with transformation, healing, and prayer.
So no.
Yeah, so I don't think the moth has any like cultural significance, but
Hmm.
I'm pretty sure Mothman I think it's simply just called that based on the appearance and not as much symbol.
Yeah.
Um, Another theory is obviously skeptics say it's just a hoax perpetuated by pranksters. But that could be, again, any theory or any um, legend or whatever.
Hmm.
What?
I don't know. No, I'm just kind of like trying to read more about this.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said, I mean, this is on Reddit, and it's not very like descriptive, but it just says, in my culture, moths and black butterflies represent ancestors visiting you, guiding you, or sending you a message of urgence.
Hmm.
They
That's
also
interesting.
represent death by cycle, like a tarot card,
Hmm.
death, or death by actual physical death. I don't even know what this girl was
Yeah.
saying.
Some other, like, not as quite big tragedies. Some people have also reported seeing, like, more like singular people seeing the Mothman and then having, like, something in their own life happen, like a loved one died or
Yeah,
got into a car accident or whatever it might be, stuff like that. So it's not just community or
it's not like big
statewide
disasters
tragedies,
or
yeah.
yeah.
But so the first West Virginia sighting of it on November 12th was reported by a man named Kenneth Duncan and it just says four others. I'll just say like four of his friends or whoever saw the brown winged humanoid that was about 7 feet with a 10-foot wingspan. It flew low over the cemetery. Was the very first sighting. And then the second one in Point Pleasant was again described as a 7-foot creature with red eyes, chased the car at 100 miles per hour, screeching the entire time. That would be terrifying.
Nice.
Yeah. Next one was also in Point Pleasant, 7-foot gray figure with a 12-foot wingspan, rose from behind a woman's parked car. Yikes. Followed car briefly near the river, circled the car and flew at 70 miles per hour towards the river. So yeah, it's all just connected to the bridge and the river and the cars
Yeah.
and all that stuff. It's really kind of crazy.
Hmm.
And I've also noticed a pattern. It tends to show up in the US, in the Midwest specifically. So like the heavier states are like Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin, Ohio, and then West Virginia and Virginia are kind of like the furthest east slash like south it really goes. Ohio's another big one. But yeah, it's really just in that Midwest area. And then a lot over in Europe, like near Soviet Union, Russia, Ukraine area. So
Because Ukraine was originally
Soviet
occupied by
Union.
USSR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, at the time that this happened, it was the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting. There's kind of a pattern there on where it is, with a few exceptions here and there. But But it did have a lot of like cultural impact as well. So like West Virginia has an annual Mothman festival, which I have heard of and I kind of want to go to because it seems kind of fun. But I don't really know why they celebrate it every year because the Mothman seems to be not that great of a thing.
Have you looked
But
beyond the reasoning of the Mothman, like past, like resembling death, to see like, is it just like, I don't
I
know.
tried searching for it. Like I tried to search like deeper information, and I mean that's really just like what it is. That's kind of all. That's what the Mothman is. Is it shows up for bad things. There's like a famous Mothman statue in West Virginia that a lot of people go to visit. There's like museums. It resulted in very famous like films and books. Like it's a big thing.
Yeah, worship death. Yay.
I mean, I get it though. Like if it's, I mean, it's kind of fun.
I mean, yeah, it's fun, but like,
We should go to the Mothman Festival. I wonder when the next one is.
you paying for gas?
Sure.
Okay.
Mothman Festival 2025. September 20th and 21st.
No can
Are we
do.
busy?
Probably.
I am in fact not busy. I think we should go.
It's so weird.
September 20th, Mothman Festival. We'll be there.
Be there or be in a disaster.
Oh. It's always the third weekend of September annually. Why wouldn't they do it on like the time where it happened?
No, that's a terrible idea.
Why?
I feel like nobody would go then.
The bridge isn't there anymore,
Right, but that's just like, that's bad juju.
I guess. Plus, it might get too cold.
Yeah.
Be in December. But they have it's kind of just like any other festival. They have like vendors and food trucks and entertainment and
See, that would just be like, oh, let's have National Airplane Day on 9/11.
I don't think that's the same thing.
It kind of
I
it kind of is.
Mothman terrorism. Those are very different. I don't yeah, no. I don't think anyone's having any
Or
9/11
let's
festivals.
have let's I'm trying to think of just like another thing.
Yeah.
Let's have National Hurricane Day whenever whenever that happened.
Okay. We're not even gonna.
Like, you see what I'm saying though? Like, I just don't feel like that would.
It's not a celebration of the bridge collapsing. It's
Right, but it's
just
like,
like,
oh, we saw this guy around a whole bunch before this happened. Let's celebrate this guy.
you know what?
I just want to know why.
Why is Mothman Festival a thing? And we'll find out right now.
Because people love moth.
The Mothman Festival began after brainstorming creative ways to attract visitors to Point Pleasant.
See, it's all just about money.
That's true. Point Pleasant was a very, very small town when this happened, which is why it was such a tragedy.
Hey, come check out this guy that resembles our biggest tragedy.
The group organizing the event chose the Mothman to be the center of the festival due to its uniqueness and as a way to celebrate its local legacy in the town.
No, I don't think so.
I mean, it makes sense.
Whatever,
It does.
dude.
I mean, that's like the biggest thing. That was like the only big thing about their town.
Yeah,
So,
it was
I
the
mean,
disaster.
the Mothman. I mean, a lot of people died. I mean, they might as well make some good for themselves, at least, you know?
I guess.
They said, Mothman can't terrorize our town. We'll make it a good thing. Boom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Well, that's all I got. Unless you have
Yeah.
more questions, we
No,
can
that
continue.
was. Yeah, the Chernobyl thing is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
And I mean, I also didn't know that Mothman was like associated with like disaster and stuff
Yeah, that's what I didn't
in
know.
general.
Yeah, because before I was like, I didn't really think that Mothman was like really that big of a thing. Like, I knew he was popular, but I just thought it was kind of like, oh, sometimes you see, a big moth and, that's scary.
Yeah.
But I didn't realize that it was like this whole omen of death and stuff. Like, that's crazy. So now, if I ever do see the Mothman, I will probably be absolutely terrified
Well, just stay away
all
from
the
the
time.
location of where you see him.
But it might not necessarily be me. Like, again, like some people have said that they've seen the Mothman and then someone that they know dies. They get
You
into a
know,
car wreck. They, like, I don't know.
everybody's gotta die.
Okay, but, like, I think seeing the Mothman and then just, like, knowing that at any time very soon something really bad is going to happen, but you don't know what or when, like, that would just be horrible. I could not.
It's not ideal.
No, not at all. But, oh, also, a part of the Mothman Festival is that visitors, they do like guided tours of the town and they can visit like the Mothman Museum and they, you know, do stuff like that. There's a Mothman pancake eating contest. I don't know what that, why.
I feel like it's just a pancake eating contest.
That is precisely what it is.
But I'm saying, like, I don't think Mothman has anything to do with it. I think they were just trying to think of ways to make stuff
maybe
happen.
every time they see the Mothman, he also has a pancake in his hand.
Just like Ryuk and his apples.
Exactly.
Gotta have my pancakes.
Exactly. See, you know.
I know.
Other psychological explanations. Sleep paralysis, hallucinations, and other forms of sensory distortion.
I mean, I feel like that would make a heck of a lot of sense. I feel like that's where a
Yeah.
lot of these things come from, is people just
Could be.
being jacked up on stuff.
You think so?
Well, no. I think, yeah, in some cases. In a lot of cases.
There
Like
are
the
a lot
Hat
of
Man, for example.
sightings. There are a
Take
lot of
Benadryl.
sightings from like children though too. So, I mean you never know,
I'm just saying it's a possibility.
but
'Cause that's literally where the Hat Man comes from.
I mean, yeah. Seeing if there's anything else, any other notes to include before ending. No.
No?
Not really. I
Okay.
think I got everything.
Well, we won't stuff more information down your throat.
But, oh, do you want to see a picture of the statue?
Yeah. Did you ask them?
Well, they're going to see it either way.
Well, you should ask.
Hey, everybody, would you like to see a picture of the statue?
No.
That's
jacked.
the famous statue. That was like another thing is about his like appearance is that he's known to be like very, very like muscular and very like large bodied. He like has like a very like strong appearance as well.
So weird.
This is a picture, like a drawing of like rough sketch of him. I don't know. It's just very like,
It's very eerie.
yeah,
Don't like it.
it's a good word for it. But
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was the Mothman.
the Mothman.
If anybody knows anything else about the Mothman that we didn't cover,
No,
please
this
let
might
us
be
know.
like one of my new favorite cryptids.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. We're getting out of here. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next week, and look out for the Mothman.
Yeah. Bye.